Do I need a business plan to start a business? Hey everyone, my name is Jacob, and my channel is about building your future through business, investing, and purpose. And today we're talking about, do you need a business plan to start a business? If you like that topic, make sure you hit the like button and hit subscribe. So let's get right into it. Do I need a business plan to start a business? Well, that's a pretty loaded question. It really depends on a lot of variables. But first I want to go into what is a business plan. And a business plan, in short, is a long plan that dictates how all the functions of a business will operate in the future if you go about it a certain way. So when I first sat down to learn about business planning, I had to get driven to, I believe it was a meeting in our hometown because I wanted to learn about it. I didn't even have a license yet, and I wanted my mom to drive me. So I went in, and I remember sitting down listening to this and then telling me that you needed so long to do this, and you really needed to put in so much time and effort. And sometimes you do need to do that. It really depends on the purpose. But it goes over every point of the business, and it goes over projections. So how you are planning on selling, how you're thinking about financing, where you're going to attract your customers, what's your ideal customer. I mean, it really outlines every little function of the business, so you have a clear future on how you're going to attack and approach your business. So with that being said, what is its main intent? Well, its main intent and the times you really need it are for exactly that. When you are starting a business that is maybe going to need funding or is going to need some kind of investors, you're going to pitch it to someone. You have to have a plan to give them an idea of what you're willing to do to see if they believe in it. So that's the biggest point to me on when you're going to need a business plan, is when you need the ability to pitch a business, when you need to find investors, when you need banks or SBA to give you some kind of money. Now, ideally, it's always great to have a plan, but maybe not something so in depth. And this is where we get to kind of the final point of goals for me and points as we go. So depending on the business you start, if you need one of those things, funding, and there's other reasons, yes, you're going to need a business plan. But so say if you go start a small cleaning business, if you go start a little insurance agency where you're doing it all alone and you're scaling it up, if you go and start something that you don't need funding, that you're going to bootstrap, a lawn care business, a pool company, whatever the question is, if you're not going to need the financing and you're going to be able to bootstrap it and work it up, I believe more in goals, goal setting, planning every month, every year, getting some goals that you're shooting towards written down. Because the biggest frustration in everyone, if you clicked on this video because you really wanted to know, do I need a business plan, and you're working on making a business plan because you're trying to start your first business, everyone looks at this and they're like, well, how do I know how to project these things? How do I know what the prices is? And it's all assumptions. And that's the hard thing. When you're making these assumptions, when you're doing these calculations based off market analysis, you still don't know. It's kind of like making your hypothesis. It's your best educated decision about the situation. And that's why if you're not needing the financing or the other reasons to have it, I would rather have goals and clear defined goals and be testing and measuring those as I move forward. Because the biggest problem that I've ran into about trying to have a business plan, I wrote a little short one when I first got started, was that the business changed so fast. If your business grows at any speed at all, your business plan can quickly become irrelevant. It can quickly change. Our business has been different every year because it's grown so much so quick. So I don't want to rewrite a new business plan every year. I want to set new benchmarks, new goals, and new points to shoot towards. It's still a plan. It's just not a long written out plan to be able to hand over to someone so I can prove that I've got an idea worth doing. So that's my take on a business plan. There's reasons to have them. And there's times where goals and setting things and checking every couple months is great. It works perfect. And with that, you can have a business coach to help hold you accountable and be pushing through and planning into the future, not so far out and not trying to project so much, because that has been, like I said, the biggest frustration to me is it changes so quick that you never really know what it means. And mine quickly changed, and what I originally intended, I was past that way faster than I thought. And then I realized, man, I just need to set the next goal and the next target and keep moving forward. So look at what you're starting, see what you need. Depending on the needs of it, you might not need a business plan. You might be best to set targets and goals, find someone to potentially hold you accountable, and push on into starting your business. Because starting a business, one of the hardest things is starting. Everybody wants to overanalyze, make sure things are perfect, and perfection kills greatness so many times, because perfect is in the eyes of the person who perceives it. If I think it's perfect, the next person does not. Don't let perfection, don't let planning stop you from your passions, from your goals, from your ideas. Go out there, get your hands dirty, and get started. Hey everyone, I hope you liked this video. Let me know if you have a business plan. Let me know if your experience was the same in the comments below on the business plan. If you just set goals and you set targets and you continuously update those as you move into the future and build your business, whatever that is. Also, make sure, I want to know what your business is. So when you tell me about whether you did or not, leave in the comments below what business you have, maybe even where you guys are at, what state. I'm always interested in that. I'd love to communicate with you guys more. Everyone hit subscribe, hit that like button, and I'll see y'all soon.